This week we'll be going over the Prolific Popper achievement in Black Mesa. As we all know, Valve games always have a collectible achievement, so of course the remake of Half-Life 1 is going to have a collectible achievement as well. So I'll go over all of the locations of the protozoans and try to make this as easy as possible for you guys to get. So now, let's get into it. The Prolific Popper achievement is for finding and destroying, or popping, all 64 of the protozoan blobs that you can find on the Zen, Gonarch's Lair, and Interloper levels of Black Mesa. It just takes one shot to pop one, so it's really all about finding them. So we're going to start at the beginning of the chapter Zen and run up here, then over to the left, and right after this first body you'll find your first protozoan, and this is what you're going to need to be looking out for from here on out. Then right around the corner you'll have another one floating off to your right. Keep going, and after you drop down here, there's going to be a large pit below you where you can find the third. Shortly after that, you'll make a few jumps between some floating islands, and you'll find another two floating around to the right over here. There won't be any more for a bit, but once we come to this little science facility, you're going to need to pick up the bottle of cyanogen. You need to carry this with you all the way to the end of the chapter Gonarch's Lair, where you'll use it to open a secret passage needed for one of the protozoans. As you're trying to carry this with you, make sure that you're making saves very often. I honestly lost count of how many times I had the bottle randomly fall through the ground or completely disappear as I set it down, so having a lot of saves will keep you from having to replay as much. Moving further through, after you get through this door, it's going to come out to an open area where two more will be floating off to the right. Then pretty shortly after this, you'll go up here and have the 8th on the left. Once you get up to this first open water area with lily pads, you'll be able to see the next 3 straight ahead. Then after going through some tunnels and opening up some of these powered leaf things, you'll be able to find another 3 off to the right. Then a little bit around the corner and up to the right, here you'll find another 3. You'll have another large leaf door that's going to be opened by hitting 3 of these power lines of vines, and after going through that door, you'll come up to an opening where you can see another 8 floating out in the distance. You can check the Achievements tab to check your progress as you go through this and compare it to the count where I am in the video. It is going to count the ones that you destroy between all of your playthroughs, so this will really only be a helpful thing to do if it's on your first run through it. After coming through this area, you'll have another one off to the right. Then once you get up here, you can find another one out off to the side. A bit later on, you'll make this jump here, and right on the other side of it, you're going to find another 3 to pop. You'll then immediately drop down a hole into some water with another 4 sitting down there for you. Then once you come up to this opening to some more water, you're going to have one more off to the left. At this point, it'll be a little while before the next one shows up. Then once you get to this area with large branches moving out, there's going to be one sitting directly underneath. Then you'll need to go up and wrap back around to a hidden cave where you're going to find the next one. And now we do not have any more in the Zen chapter, just run through it until you get to Gonarch's Lair. The next group will not actually be until you're inside of the lair. So shortly after you go into the lair, you're going to drop down into water again, and after you look up, you'll find another 3. Then you'll go through the first explosive door, and you'll find another one. Now in the same area, you're going to find this device, which you can put the canister on to teleport it. This is going to send it to the end area of the chapter, so you can proceed from here without having to actually carry it around. Then after you run from another Gonarch, you're going to come out here and find another protozoan up and off to the right. Then further on, you're going to have to jump off to the left to get away from the attacks of another Gonarch, and can pop another one over here. Then a little bit through these tunnels, you'll find a bull squid next to a healing pool, and 3 more protozoans, bringing us up to 46. After a lot more running, you're going to be looking down over the Gonarch, and you can blow up another area to open a new route. After you run over this bridge, you're going to come up to another water area, where there's going to be one up and to the right. Then on the other side of this little water area, there's going to be another hole that you'll need to drop down. Down here, you're going to see the next 4. A little while later, you'll go through water up to a very large open area that you'll slowly be filling with water. Way up above you, you're going to be able to find the next 3. Using the sniper crossbow is probably going to be the way to get these, unless you just wait until you get up a bit higher, and then you can see them a little bit easier. So once you finish the water part, you'll finally come up here to get to the next 4. And at this point, you're going to be running from Gonarchs for a while until you get to this tunnel leading up to the end of the chapter. Right before the end, you're going to have this small secret passage opened up on the left next to this gear canister. Right after you go into the tunnel, you're going to find this next one bringing us to 59. This is only going to be open because we teleported the cyanogen canister here earlier. It'll also be open if you're physically carrying it with you like I am, because of course I'm a masochist. So of course at this point you're going to kill the Gonarch and move on across the platforms on the left, and you can go to the next chapter, Interloper. Now here, you'll have a very long journey through this facility until you finally get to this point with all of these earth artifacts floating in tubes. Go through the vent and into this next area where you can find the last 5 protozoans. And with that, you'll have the Prolific Popper achievement unlocked. You should all also come join our community Discord server and chat it up with the rest of our growing achievement hunting community. We do also have channel memberships now, so you can join that to have access to custom emotes and have your name featured in a credits section at the end of my videos.